Hey guys, this is Joshua Jackson, and I'm here today to show you how to make a flexi in the anatomic wax up feature of Exocad. So basically, this is also a way to create dentures and stuff like that. So here you see a wax up that one of my technicians did. There's some things wrong with the gingiva, and I wanted to talk about some of those features as we're talking about this design. So basically what the doctor sent us was a record, whereas we have a preoperative, and you can either perform this extraction inside of Exocad, or you could just go ahead and get a scan of the extraction area. So basically what we do is we go ahead and we place the teeth. Then from there we'll create the virtual gingiva inside of the software. So you perform first the virtual wax up bottom, which is inside of the virtual wax up bottom tool. I'm using expert mode throughout this whole workflow just because basically it allows me to move between the parts of the design that I need to. So basically what I'll go ahead and do is I'll show you guys kind of what it is on start. So I'm going to, just for the sake of time for this video, skip the virtual wax up bottom step because that takes about a minute to do. So basically what the tools look like when you get there to the start of the case. So you mark 4 anatomic ponic teeth. You then go to virtual wax up bottom and perform this operation. You set your insertion direction to a good insertion direction for the said prosthesis, and then from there it gives you that layer. Then from there you go ahead and you go to place teeth, and these teeth are already placed, but basically what you do is you set your distal contact points. Then from there what you do is you go ahead and you mark your virtual gingiva design. So in this case what you want to do is you want to create enough room for the clasp to bend and flex and do what it needs to do. This can be done with rather the Arfona printer, which actually prints Valplast flexi material, or there's variants of flexi materials that are able to be milled on the market currently. So what you want to do is once again come down enough room for that clasp. Really try to visualize that clasp. By no means am I a flexi partial expert, so if I'm doing something wrong here, feel free to let me know if I should try to do something a little bit different with my design in just like a normal stance of how flexis work and whatnot. Just really starting to get going on this, but doing about 20 to 50 so far, so it seems to be working real nice. And I normally come back and edit my clasp after. Whoops, did not mean to do that. You can see that we'll have a base thickness of 2 millimeters. We'll go ahead and thin that out. Here we go. Get this to go down into. No reason to give that a curve there. Come straight across. So I set my virtual wax up bottom, allow undercuts up to 1.5 millimeters. and then I adjust from there. So you may say, wow, this looks real thick, but you could go ahead and freeform it down and get it to where your desired area is. So basically, another thing to note is that you want to have these interproximals to have some room, and that's just for the thickness of the material. You want to make sure that that it'll be able to be manufactured. Excuse me. So now basically with the freeform gingiva, we can see exactly what we're doing. And how thick all the areas really are. So I'll go back in here, make everything around 2 millimeters to really get it down to 1.5 millimeters. That'll basically ensure that you have the proper thickness. Of course, if your anatomical design calls for something a little bit thicker, go ahead and thicken it up. Essentially, this is really what we're talking about for the wax up. The part that people really don't get is how to separate this this design from the base. Let's just double check my placement. Okay, that should be pretty good. So basically what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and connect these teeth. Nice. Is that fine? Yeah, that looks fine to me. Okay, cool. So basically what we'll do is we'll save this. So we have our wax up scene saved. Now what we're actually going to go ahead and do is make what is called your blockout file. And here you can see that we have the blockout file. So what we'll do is we'll, in a blank window of Exocad, fresh window, no database, you just go ahead and you load your bridge, which we have to save out real quick. So since we have the wax up scene saved, we'll go ahead and delete the gingiva from here, create our bridge of teeth, which is going to be manufactured. Now from that, what we'll go ahead and do is we'll save out the bridge. Really mill this in any sort of material, to tell you the truth. Even something like Emax or zirconia could do. Emax might be a little bit too big. Maybe Crystal Ultra or something like that also too. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll load that bridge for milling in that blank window. And then now what we'll do is we'll identify this work type as a ponic, and then finalize that. What that'll do is that'll allow us to use the virtual wax up bottom tool and set a path of insertion and an offset for this case. So I'll set my offset to about 1/10 up to 2/10, but I'm probably gonna go right here because this is my sweet spot. This is a preference, really, but 1/10 up to 2/10 is the important thing. You might find it to be too tight or too loose, so just adjust your settings based on that. So now what we'll do is we'll save out this is the blockout, and Exocad likes closed files, so we'll just go ahead and load that as an STL, and we'll be able to close this mesh. and then resave over that file. We'll come over here to this window, load our wax up. And then we'll merge the file so that we have a full contoured version of this. Once we have the full contoured version in the merged restoration, we can then go to freeform merge reconstruction, come here to attachment, subtract, load from file, rotate the attachment that we've created into position, press apply. Now what we have is we have the teeth, we have the flexi, and everything's ready to rock and roll to be mailed or printed. Alright, if anyone has any questions, let me know. We're going to be going over this in the Digital Dental Craftsman series on January 23rd to the 26th, touching as this on an opening lesson for the 25th and 26th, and the 23rd and 24th this will kind of be more of an advanced class. So kind of during those 4 days we'll have a nice variance of these workflows. If this is maybe something that you get pretty well, I suggest maybe going to module 2. If you guys really didn't understand this video, you can learn this process and how to do it as quickly and as easily as possible on the 23rd and 24th. Alright, looking forward to any of your questions. Let me know if I can help out. Alright, thank you. Have a nice day.